Hello, I'm Jimin from We Learn to Share, and in today's video, I'll be summarizing the first part of Unit 2 in AP Human Geography. There are two main factors that influence population distribution. One factor is the physical factor, as people prefer to live in areas with bodies of water and with a temperate climate. Another factor is the human factor, since people would want to live in areas with a common culture and where they can be employed or for significant political reasons. How do we measure population density? There are three methods for calculating population density. The first method is arithmetic density, measuring the number of people per unit of area. The second method is calculating the physiological density, which measures the number of people per unit of arable land. Lastly, agriculture density is calculated by dividing the number of farmers per unit of arable land. Population distribution and density affects political, economic, and social processes. For example, political boundaries must be drawn where people live, infrastructure must be built where people live, and services such as medical care would be provided where people live. Population density also affects the environment and natural sources. Carrying capacity is the amount of people an area can support without significant environmental damage. However, if there is a situation where more people are living than what the land can support, it is known as overpopulation. Population structures are mostly represented by population pyramids. The y-axis of the pyramid indicates the age group, and the x-axis shows the percent of population. As the population pyramid changes over time, it tells us about population growth in a country. For example, if the pyramid is largest at the bottom, it indicates that there is a high population growth. However, if the pyramid is larger near the top, it means that there is a negative population growth as the older population increases. What is dependency ratio? Dependency ratio is a ratio of the non-working population to the working population. A high dependency ratio is a negative factor for a country, as it puts more burden on a society because it means that there are less people to work. In order to understand population change, there are some vocab terms that are important to know. Crude birth rate, also known as CBR, is the number of births per 100 people. Crude death rate, also known as CDR, is the number of deaths per 1,000 people. And total fertility rate is the number of children born to the average woman of childbearing age in a country. Rate of natural increase is the percent at which a country's population is growing or declining, and this can be counted by or measured by dividing 10 to CBR minus CDR, and the answer will always be in a percentage. The population doubling time is the time it takes for a country's population to double, and the formula for this is 70 divided by rate of natural increase. Infant mortality rate is the number of deaths per 1,000 births per children under the age of 1. The demographic transition model shows how population change over time. In stage 1, the birth rate as well as the death rate is significantly high, as many people die due to diseases and poor healthcare and nutrition. As a result of a high birth and death rate, there is very little change in the population. In stage 2, the birth rate is high, but the death rate starts to fall as a result of improvement in healthcare, nutrition, and sanitation, which leads to a rapid population growth. In stage 3, the birth rate starts to fall as countries shift their economy to industry and more women start to participate in politics and economic activities. The death rate remains low, which slows the population change over time. In stage 4, the birth rate drops as countries focus on service sector of the economy and as a result of gender equality. However, the death rate also stays low, leading to a very low population growth. Lastly, in stage 5, the birth and death rate is very low, and over time, the death rate begins to exceed the birth rate, resulting in a population decline. Malthusian theory is the theory that food production increases through arithmetic means, while the population increases through geometric means, which will lead to a point where the population increases faster than food production and cause famine, war, and death. However, as the population increased, it led to changes in technology and innovation, leading to a massive increase of food production that was able to keep up with the growing population. This would be the end of today's video, and I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.